Mishan Services for Overseas Education welcomes you. When you're planning for overseas education, it is necessary to have basic understanding of the country that you're planning, which are the high ranked universities, what are the courses, what are its academic requirements, what is the cost of studying, what are the job opportunities, and whether the student can plan for permanent residency. Today we bring to you general presentation on Australia. Australia is 12th largest economy and one of the wealthiest nation. Australia has become internationally competitive in finance and technology. International students can look forward to have a career with high prospects and high remuneration. It has one of the highest living standards in the world with high employment rate. Geographically, Australia is divided into 7 parts: Western Australia, Northern Territory, South Australia, Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, and Tasmania. And the popular cities are Perth, Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide. There are 2 intakes in Australia for applying overseas education. The major intake is in February and July, where most of the universities and private colleges offer all their programs. The second is a minor intake in October-November, where a few private colleges and some major universities offer courses in business, IT, and engineering. Now, why Australia? It is the third most preferred destination. It offers part-time job opportunities for international students up to 40 hours per 15 days while they are studying, while their course is on. It offers post-study work visa up to 4 to 6 years, depending on whether the student is doing undergraduation, post-graduation, or doctorate. There is an opportunity for permanent residence. English proficiency tests like IELTS, TOEFL, or PT are acceptable by all the universities. There is availability of pathway programs for international students who are unable to get direct entry into various universities. Most of the universities do not charge application fee to the students. Their deadlines are also reasonably flexible. There is a lower entry requirement for universities which are highly ranked internationally. There is no visa interview, and the outcome for visa acceptance is quick. Now, here are the high ranked universities where Mishan Services offers its services. The University of Queensland, Brisbane, Monash University, Melbourne, the University of Adelaide, South Australia, the University of Newcastle, Queensland University of Technology, Brisbane, the University of New South Wales, Sydney, Macquarie University, Sydney, Curtin University, Perth, RMIT University, Melbourne, Deakin University, Melbourne. The courses offered in Australia are pharmacy, business, management and accounting, IT and computer science, hospitality and tourism, engineering and project management, education and teaching, MBBS, nursing and public health, biotechnology and biomedical sciences, media and communication, architecture and urban planning. Out of these, the most preferred courses are business, management and accounting, IT and computer science, engineering, MBBS and nursing. The academic requirements for undergraduates is a minimum of 60 to 65% in the 12th standard for CBSE or ISC board, and a minimum of 65% in 12th standard for state board. For postgraduates, there are guidelines worked out by National Office of Overseas Skills Recognition, where the student should minimum possess 55 to 60% in graduation. These entry requirements may vary depending on the university and the program. There are also pathway programs available for students who do not meet the direct entry requirement for various Australian universities. These programs can be offered at undergraduate level and postgraduate level. These pathway programs are a very good opportunity for students who fail to meet these requirements for direct entry. The English language requirements are: for IELTS, a minimum of overall 6.5, no band less than 6. For PT, overall minimum 58, no band less than 50. For TOEFL, overall minimum 79 with no bands less than 18. PT and TOEFL scores are indicative and change with individual universities. The annual cost of education in Australia is as below. Tuition fees around 30,000 Australian dollars. Living cost and accommodation around 20 to 22,000 Australian dollars. Airfare around 2,000 Australian dollars. Visa 640 Australian dollars. The total expenses come up to 53,680 Australian dollars. This can be reduced by the part-time workings that the student is permitted, where he can earn up to 15,000 Australian dollars. Eligible candidate will also be granted scholarship, which again reduces the expenses. The students have to undergo GTE assessment, which is Genuine Temporary Entrant. This assessment is to filter genuine students from non-genuine students. This assessment is to show that the student does not intend to overstay in Australia and the only purpose is study. This GTE assessment is conducted at 3 levels. First by the agent, that is Mishan services, second at university or college level, and third by the Australian High Commission. Backlogs are accepted in Australia. High ranked universities do not accept more than 4 to 5 backlogs. Some universities accept up to 12 backlogs, and some universities like James Cook University Brisbane and CQ University also accept backlogs somewhere between 15 to 20. Gap up to 1 year is accepted by Australian University or the High Commission without any documentary evidence. But if it is more than 1 year, then the student has to submit satisfactory evidences to prove that he has utilized this time either for working or for some other studies. And therefore the student needs to prepare a good statement of purpose mentioning the activities that he has carried on in his gap period. Now, what are the evidences that are accepted for gap? Either work experience certificate or internship certificate, or if there has been some medical issue, then a medical certificate, or if the student has been preparing for entrance exams like NEET, JEE or GATE, then the scorecards needs to be submitted. What are the work rights of international student in Australia? Students can work up to 40 hours per fortnight as part-time when their course is on. They can work up to 40 hours per week, that is full-time, when there are breaks or when there is a vacation. Normally, the students are paid between 15 to 20 Australian dollars per hour. So this substantially helps or supports the living of students in Australia.